I trust this will suffice.
God smiles upon the generous.
Oh, away with you! Back to you!
Good night.
At long last, my lord, our investigations have borne fruit. We know where the true prince lies. Those loyalists who disappeared with the prince led us right to him. We found traces of their coming and going.
Where was he hiding?
Far to the west of the royal capital, deep within a forest said to bewitch those who should wander in. An old village, erased from today's maps. That said, against all odds, it seems that this place is...
The lost village of the Elder. Last trampled by Fortin's troops, sent to burn it to the ground.
You knew then?
I see now. To hide in a place publicly declared as destroyed. Quite a gambit. The prince was born there, you know. An illegitimate son, after the past king's heart was drawn to a woman of the village in his youthful years of debauchery.
What? Then the prince really does bear elder blood.
Fortin did not raise the village for any defiance of his scriptures. He thought only to eliminate an inconvenient heir, a threat to his power, before his birth was known. The prince's survival, his complete disappearance. This was the missing piece. Zorba, go and snuff them out for good.
Sir, consider them annihilated. I've been hoping for an opportunity to test this newfound power.
Now, the battle at the royal capital looms. I must begin my own preparations. If you call yourself the prince, then I will give you a prince's end. And I have just the spell to do it.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Good morning. Did you sleep well? Ready to face the day?
Same as any other day, I suppose.
No nerves, even. Huh. Nothing ever seems to faze you. It's quite admirable.
But you have to come back, no matter what, okay?
I confess my mind strays back to the royal funeral. Yet we are more than we ever were then. Now we have the power to see this through.
Let's get out there, thrash him, and come back here to celebrate.
Never thought we'd find ourselves back at the Grand Cathedral for the final showdown. Let's pull ourselves together, ready our supplies, and give him hell.
Let's head there.
Can we talk?
Just sublime.
All right, then. Let's go.
close you in.
Ah, I get it. What now?
So whoever's strongest gets the crown.
Got to find some shade.
What'll I do here?
Hello,
Hello there.
Hello, Hello, Oh, this sweltering heat.
I'm just incredulous.
Even my tail's too damn hot.
Down to Louise.
This here's all right. Oh, this blooming heat.
It's a scorcher out here. It's a scorcher out here.
What in tarnation's going on?
Well, stranger things have happened.
Is this it?
Ugh!
Follower. Follower. If I may.
It's just too much. Hey! And what is it you want?
What now?
Oh.
Well, whoever's king next, hopefully he's strong.
Well then, if you say you'll help.
Who'll take the crown now? Oh, this heat is stifling.
Hey, mister!
Why did this happen? Why did this happen? Why did this happen?
That damn Luis. Well, I guess that's the end of it.
Oh.
Right.
Say there.
Damn it all.
Huh?
Whoa!
Hiya.
Gone clammy all over in this humidity.
Closure, oh closure.
chuffed. I'm in trouble now.
Hello there.
Hey! Yep.
I'm in trouble now.
Say there.
You turn my stomach.
I say that is enough.
Say there.
That's it. Just... never mind.
Say there.
How grand.
That's a rough one.
Look at that.
Did you?
How grand.
All right then. Go.
Hiya. Grand, innit?
See you. It's all right.
Grand, innit?
Hiya.
Hello.
Hiya.
Grand, innit?
Hiya.
Grand, innit?
Just sublime.
All right then.
Let's go.
Hello.
You bloody fool.
This heat is insufferable.
Say there.
Leave it out, mate.
Say there. It's quite fresh. Say there. It's quite fresh.
Fancy a chat?
Ready?
Well, bit of a tricky situation. Can't exactly say I'm the tournament's official crier anymore, things being what they are. I mean, Sanctifex Forden and St. Rella are gone. Bluntly speaking, there is no tournament anymore. But like hell, if that's gonna stop me, as a lone citizen watching over the future of our country, you can look to me for the latest news on this upcoming fight.
Woo! Live free, Crier! Fight the power!
Very good. Let's begin, shall we? The Day of Judgment is here. The final fight between Luis, military paragon and one-man army, and the boy who claims to be the Fallen Prince. The entire continent's eyes are on this battle, folks, and only one of them's walking away. Let's see a show of true strength, worthy of our new king.
Your Highness, you can win!
Count Luis! Kill that imposter!
It looks to me like Luis hasn't even bothered to show at the royal capital.
Well, there's no way he'd run away from this. Any time now. Any time.
Whoa, over there! It's Luis's gauntlet runner! And so the leading candidate finally makes his appearance.
It doesn't matter much, but I just had a thought. How does a big old ship floating forward like that vibrate the ground? Why would the ground be vibrating at all? It doesn't make any sense to me. It can vibrate the atmosphere, the pressure, sure. So it would create wind. But why and how is it vibrating the ground? That's confusing.
The two titans of this race have finally come face to face. Let's introduce our candidates once again for this final bout. Our first candidate, Count Luis. Adopted son of a minor nobleman, he rose to fame on his incredible military merits, quelling domestic conflicts and almost becoming our nation's youngest general. Suspected of attacking His Highness, he was denounced and cast down, but his name has since been cleared, and now here he stands, closest to the throne. Then we have the Elden candidate, he who claims to be none other than His Highness, the Prince. Though his identity is uncertain, his strength is undeniable. Through his campaign, we've seen his team flourish, counting even the songstress Juna among them. The time has come to demonstrate his power. Will it be enough for this youth to take the throne?
I have to commend you. A lesser man would have run. This all began with the king's failings. He was an unworthy ruler, and his incompetence bred the chaos that followed. You, who claim to be the prince, what do you believe the people seek in their king?
The intellect to resolve everything.
Can intellect alone protect the people? In the end, words are nothing against power. Now let me ask you, my gathered people, what is it that makes a king?
Power! My Lord Luis, kill him now! Only the strong can rule!
Your Highness, show us your power!
Young candidate, have you or your party any final speeches before the duel?
So this Luis has said a lot of things, but something he fails or doesn't seem to know is there is a thing called words of power.
Prey on the weak. He promises protection, but he is the
Do you-
very man
how many of them
who would
do you
see
know?
you slain. Hear this. Luis ordered my home destroyed by a human. Are we a land of animals? Or are we a nation united in the protection of the weak, in raising up our neighbors?
He's the type of man who will kill anyone who gets in his way. If you crown him king, I know the country will burn. Rella said as much.
People, do not let your hearts falter. I desire but one thing, a world without inequality. And I shall gladly offer my shield to all of those who follow this ideal. Those who do not, however, will be slain without mercy or regret. It could not be simpler.
If your equality means you will sacrifice the people who need help most, then I deny your world!
So, you think you have the strength to protect the weak? Then prove to me these are more than empty words. Come then, and act your part in this showdown. I have a new world to build, and you will die in its name.
The time has come. We're finishing this, here and now.
Come forth, royal soul!
I live my life, behold this power! How's this?
Thanks. My thanks.
Trust me.
I shall fight as the noble I am. No holding back!
You defy the rule of strength, then die by it.
Paladin!
Is that all?
I will annihilate you!
It worked.
There is no escape from me.
Let's set it up! No, this won't work. By this power! Better be sure. Wind!
This'll be over soon enough. I'll show you. No need to rush this.
Looks like we can't brute force through this one.
I call upon a royal soul. Let's keep cool.
Thank you.
Now, what's the play? Go for it!
You defy the rule of strength.
Behold!
Then die by
We
it.
stand together!
Let me help!
Shine!
Hulkenberg's ploy exposed a new weakness!
Can you endure it? Come, accept my challenge.
My shoulders.
Only a flesh wound.
Juna, careful! It looks like you've got several ailments. Watch your back!
Come forth, royal soul! Here! I owe you.
Trust needed.
Thank you.
There is no escape from me.
Take them all down in just one fell swoop!
We'll team up!
Hulkenberg
well
got
done.
them right in their weak
Scour.
spot.
I see. It would appear you have the mettle to defend your claims. Then I need not hold back either. I will annihilate you! Can you endure it? I strike to kill! I strike to kill!
Not hit it hard. Not good.
Come, accept my challenge.
I feel so heavy.
I strike to kill!
Bloody hell!
You've got a bunch of ailments slowing you down, Captain!
Behold this power! How's this? I'm obliged.
In the name of
Looks
justice!
like they're weak to light! I guess it's our time to shine!
Give me your aid! No. Let's try this.
That helped. Thank you.
Thanks.
You defy the rule of strength.
Allies,
then die
together!
by it.
Let me help!
Oh, Mystic Purge!
Holy cut them right in their weak spot.
Haha, good. Very good. Yours is a worthy power, one untainted by petty tactics or cheap tricks. However, magnificent! You truly have become more powerful. But I would expect no less of a remnant of humankind. You're a survivor of a lost tribe, aren't you?
Humankind?
Because he's elder, you would call him a monster!
You should know the truth by now. After all that time I allowed you to spend on that pagan island. History as told by the Sanctus Church is a fiction. No doubt you saw all the evidence of a truer history. One that told of ancient times where the land was ruled by a far different people.
You mean the legends according to the murals and ruins from the temple?
Yufa! Don't humor him!
But if that war between gods truly did come to pass...
Gods? How droll. They may have governed all things with works far beyond ours, but they were no gods. They were an ancient tribe unlike any other race now lost. Wielders of true magic. The modern age saw them called Elder, shunned from our cities. But in their time, they were known as humankind.
I thought humans were those mad monsters. What are you trying to say now?
Luis, you dog. Your lies will soil His Highness's name no longer.
You believe it false? What would I stand to gain from lies?
Elda are actually humankind? Why wouldn't I know that?
Hear me! His appearance as a boy is mere trickery. In truth, he is humankind! He is kin to the feral monstrosities that roam this land, leaving carnage in their wake.
He doesn't know when to give up. No one would believe this madness.
No need to distress yourself. I'll show you the proof. You, boy, who call yourself the Prince. You will be the cornerstone upon which my utopia is built.
Utopia?
What's happening?
Hey! What is him?
Witness the truth! Good people, you would know the identity of your would-be prince. Here he is!
It's a human!
It's gone. The truth of the humans is laid bare. They're no beasts, but another form of the Elder Tribe. Cast aside their guise with magic, and they reveal their true colors. He is no royalty, no boy, but a ruthless fiend intent on your throne!
It's not true! It has to be one of the Count's illusions!
What illusion? That's no prince! It's a monster!
It'll kill us all! Run!
What has become of him?
It must be Luis's wicked magic. Yet, the aura of Magla, it's exactly like a human's.
He's not!
He's a human.
Hey! Snap out of it! You have to stop this! Ah!
Afraid. Be not afraid, child. 'Tis not thy true self. 'Tis not thy true fate. In this moment, thy mind is disturbed, twisted by the power of that man. The time has come. Thou must face the truth deepest within thee.
What's that about?
Remember again thy true self, the purpose of thy birth.
An ideal world. Even if reality crushes everything I believe in, even if my ideals languish, I know I can trust you to see them through. It's always been that way. Whenever my life's been the hardest, you are always there to help me through it. After all, you're mine.
Wake up! Wake up! Hey!
Are you well?
I had a strange dream.
Phew. You seem coherent at least. We saw you take on a terrible, monstrous form. We knew not what to do.
You had vast reserves of magic poured into you. It was eating away at your body and mind, but I've managed to suppress it. He may be back with us, but without rest, he will surely succumb to the spell. I don't know if he can withstand the same magic a second time.
I will not let you die.
It would appear the throne is now mine in every sense. None remain to oppose me. Your vengeance is at hand. Will you not finally slay the monster and avenge your people?
Shut up!
Unfortunately, the prince is finished either way. Both this imposter and the true prince at death's door, deep in the woods.
The true prince? You bastard! What have you done?
Bloody hell! Is that why he called us here? It was all just a bloody distraction!
Your part in this has ended. Go where you wish, but I advise you run fast if you would outpace your hunters.
Seize the monster! I don't care if you have to kill it!
Attention now. This looks dire. How could you deceive us?
I knew all along that filthy lowborn was hiding something! Monster!
We retreat to our gauntlet runner. We must find him safe haven to rest.
It won't be long until the entire kingdom hears of this mess. We've no safe haven left.
Gallica, we've only got one option now. I'm worried about the prince too.
I know. We'll head to my home, and the prince's refuge. The Elden Sanctum.
Count Luis has saved the country. He has driven off the human who sought to usurp it.
Count Luis is our true savior.
Sounds like we've got our next king, then.
We might as well fall in with him. He'll keep us safe from any humans at the very least.
They'll be all right, won't they? That boy is no monster. I'm sure they'll be fine.
Luis! What the hell did he do? Stay safe out there, boy.
The flow of that evil Magla was surely born from Luis's magic. What a terrifying force.
I'll remember that sight for the rest of my days. But he hasn't got you beat yet, my friend. You can't tell me the fight's over.
Why?
It was more of a defeat than it was a departure. They board the Gauntlet Runner and rush from the capital, as though hiding from the shrieking animosity of the masses. What more can they endure? There is no light to be seen.
A hiding place for the Elder Tribe. Wonders never cease.
We can marvel at it later. The mirror hasn't shown me anything for a while. I can't even see the room now, let alone the prince. No. Just after we'd finally resolved the curse, too.
Luis's final words trouble me. We must hurry on.
At first glance, it is a simple forest, deep as any other. But the observant may sense that every tree in its formation is ancient and grand, bathed in mystical serenity. The name of this place is familiar only to the few who grasp the truth. The ancient Elden Sanctum.
Can you walk, lad?
That's a relief. Seems like the rest on the ride here did him some good.
Poor chap's even got me worried. I'll shuffle along too.
Hey, I reacted poorly when you were turned into that thing. I apologize. My mind just went blank. For a moment, I doubted you. Forgive me. I should have recognized Luis's drivel for what it was.
It's behind us now.
Nothing will shake me like that again, I swear it. I will never turn from you. And here's hoping there can be no surprises worse than that.
But what a sea of trees. If we get lost in here, we're never getting out.
I can sense a special barrier in place. Meant to deliberately lead people astray, too. A perfect place to hide.
Gallica, how fares His Highness? Does the Farsight Mirror yield any news?
No. I checked a bunch of times in the Gauntlet Runner. I'm not seeing anything. I'm worried.
Hurry and lead the way.
Right. Everyone stay close so we don't get separated. The village is this way. Hang on a second. Huh? This looks like... Who are you?
you all right?
The royal flower? A surprise to see them blooming here.
Something about this place. Yes. The flow of Magla is strong here. It is much like the altar of the dragon god. The Magla in the air seems to be concentrated here. What is this place?
Gallica, something the matter? Your mind seems elsewhere.
Oh, sorry. I've got this weird feeling that something really important happened here. Anyway, let's keep moving.
So here you are at last.
Why? Why?
How odd. This place is clearly in ruins, but it doesn't look like natural decay.
It was burned to the ground. One day, a bunch of Kingdom soldiers showed up out of the blue. Without so much as a reason. They made an inferno of the place.
But why? Why would His Majesty order such an atrocity?
Thinking back now, it may have been Forden who led the charge. I can't be certain. But if it was up to him, he would have done it just to purge the filthy Elda tribe.
Luis claimed that the Elden people were just another form of the humans. If he spoke true...
They're not. There's no way. Anyway, more than half of the villagers died in the fire. And those who survived were forced to hide in caves. That way everyone would think they were wiped out.
'Tis a shrewd ploy indeed, to hide in a place the enemy themselves saw destroyed. Yet, why did Alcys? No matter. His Highness is in this cave, correct?
Yes, over there. What? That...
He draws no breath. Likely a stab in the back. I doubt he even had time to shout.
I recognize him. He was the associate of the first operative I came in contact with. He was a lot more skilled than those Sanctist warrior monks. But now...
Gallica, the cave is just ahead, yes?
Yes. It's past the woods, over there.
Then we move.
I don't like this.
What now?
Russell? You're safe!
Huh? My word. Is that you, Gallica?
You were His Highness's tutor.
Hmm? I know but one red-tressed knight. Are you the Royal Guard? The Lady Hulkenberg? By the heavens. Then...
She's been helping us. Everyone here is a trusted ally. They've all fought to save the prince.
Alas. Oh, what a tragedy. If this reunion had only been a moment sooner.
Russell, where is His Highness? What happened? Is His Highness safe?
A few days ago, those detestable cursed thorns finally faded. I cannot tell you how long I had waited to see them gone. It was truly a joy beyond words. It happened before we could fathom it. A lone stranger, a loathsome figure, came striding in. His Highness had only just regained consciousness since the curse's lifting. Yet, to protect us, he threw himself upon the assassin's blade. We were horror-struck. His Highness lay pierced through the heart, and we saw him breathe his last.
No, that can't be true.
The stranger was a master of magic. None could match him. Of the Resistance's numbers, only I remain.
Who was responsible for this?
I don't know who the murderer was, but he cried his patron's name aloud as he did the deed. For Count Luis, from the moment he appeared, I believe his sole purpose was to kill His Highness. As soon as the lifelight left the prince's eyes, the stranger left, with only a smile.
An innocent boy. Twice tormented in the clutches of assassins. All because of the family he was born into.
Luis, there really is no evil you won't stoop to.
Please, Russell. Where is the prince?
We've laid him in the prayer room for now, at the end of the cave. He rests just this way.
You're coming, aren't you, love?
I must go to him.
You're right. Maybe we'll find some way to help.
Ah, I'd heard a rumor that there was a boy candidate who claimed to be His Highness. So, that was you? 'Tis just as St. Rilla said. You're no scoundrel. Indeed, you risked life and livelihood to see His Highness restored. Strange. Something in you reminds me of His Highness.
Something wrong?
No, it's nothing. Well, I will go before you to the prayer room. Once you are ready, you are free to join me.
You going to stay here?
No. I must bear witness myself. As his knight, I must.
Sorry.
I'm a little worried.
It's nearly time. Long have I waited.
Hey, you.
Beg pardon?
You must hurry. The time has come.
What?
All was for this day. There is still time.
Sure. What?
Hello there. Hello.
Oh, wow! Oh, it's you!
Come off it.
Now what am I to do? Hello?
This way.
No. Your Highness.
Why?
I didn't realize anyone still remained to weep over this child. Huh? Gallica! You've returned!
Milady Gruade. It's been a long time.
May I ask who this is?
She is the chiefess of this village. The Hermitess Gruade.
She was kind enough to shelter the entire organization when His Highness fled to these woods.
I can't believe he's gone. I'm just some parapus orphan from the slums. I was never supposed to outlive any prince. Was he killed here?
No. It all happened in the bunk room in the back. We moved him here to the altar once all was quiet. I don't know if you'd believe me, but I received a revelation. Should the prince die, his body should be kept safe and still here until the rightful day comes, even if the boy is but a bastard sired by that despicable man. He is still Her Majesty's son.
Despicable? What, you mean the king? Wait, who's Her Majesty?
Do you know nothing of the child's mother? The boy was not brought across borders to us. He was born here, in the ancient sanctum. His mother was our past chiefess, the queen of our elder tribe. She was a flower amidst the forests, a woman of such beauty, grace, and kindness. She saved this child from the flames. And it cost her her life. Her death is on that man's hands. Like a piper, he wandered in and seduced the young queen with his idealistic tales. But he failed to protect his family and died powerless. The village was only set ablaze because the boy was in the way of the Sanctus Church's designs on the throne. And that insipid king could do nothing to stop them. But you see, this boy, His Highness the Prince, looks so much like Her Majesty. And so... You there, boy. Are you perhaps... no, it can't be. And yet...
Is something amiss, Milady Gruede? He is one of Gallica's allies. His loyalty stands with His Highness, and he has risked much in the Prince's name.
Whoa! What's with the formal introduction? You were the one who gave us our orders in the first place.
Hurry.
Hey, are you okay?
The time has come. Here thou camest to the end of thy journey. This secret place was home to thee. Now, remember thy path thus far. Walk thy life's road and see it anew. I have been waiting for thee to overcome thy trials. Long have I waited for thy return. Know this, his life is not yet ended.
This voice.
It all started on that ill-fated day when the usurper thought to extinguish his light. Before he fades away, recount all thou hast seen and felt, all thou hast gained in thy journey's course. Gallica and thee sought to take the head of Luis, but thy efforts came to naught. So, ye moved instead to join a tournament to decide the land's king.
In the prince's name.
Though thy plan was reckless, thou didst win the trust of the people by the support of peers and subjects alike. Thus, thou didst declare thyself the prince.
It was all for victory.
After overcoming many obstacles, thou didst finally lift the prince's curse. Yet by the cruel machinations of another, the young prince...
He is no longer with us.
Thy sole mission was to save the prince. Bereft of him, thou hast no further reason to live.
That's not true.
If the prince is dead, weren't thy efforts all for naught?
He's not dead.
So thy resolve is yet unbroken. So be it. Thou hast earned the truth. He was consumed by the curse, and was taken by a deep, abiding slumber. Yet his soul remained alive. So from his earthly form, I extracted his soul, that he might travel the land in Odyssey. And thus, his stilled sands began to flow once more. Thy journey hast taken thee far, and taught thee much. So now I ask thee, who art thou?
I'm the prince's friend.
Is that truly thy role? Clear your mind, to name but a few. Thy parents? Memories of thy youth? Hast thou any recollection of where and how thy youngest years were spent? Yes. Thy memories begin the moment thou befriend the prince. Dost thou suspect the reason?
I don't have a past.
As I said, thou hast nothing. Thou art a being of mine own creation. 'Twas Gallica alone who the Resistance laid their hopes upon all those days past. Thy life had yet to begin. All thou hadst, all that had been bestowed, was a memory. Thy mission to save the prince. Thy memories of youth in the prince's company, and the void enshrouding all else in thy past. All signs of thy conjured existence.
I have nothing?
Nay. The words of the prince in thy memory are unmistakably of his true heart. The memories gained on thy journey. The friendships made. The trust forged. These true things art thine own. All thy trials, all thy experiences wert to prepare thee for this day. To share the strength thou hast gained with thy other self.
Do you mean...
Accept the truth, and thou wilt face an ordeal beyond any you have yet faced. If thy desire is instead for freedom, thou mayest still abandon thy mission and end it here.
Is that right?
So I bid thee answer my final question. Who art thou in truth?
I am... the prince.
What is this? I feel a curious resonance.
Could this be? But how? Impossible.
Hey, what's going on?
What awaits us now?
Ah, life is not yet lost. Thou wert born apart from the prince's flesh, born of his desire to change the world. In his stead didst thou travel the world. Thou didst support his heart, and became his living fantasy. That is thy true self. Thou art everything the prince sought to be, his ideal. It all began with the novel in thy possession. Drawn by the divine relic, Magla coalesced into flesh, and flesh coalesced into form. The form of an elder, as I once was. Time hath come. Awaken, reborn anew. No more the prince's dream of utopia thou wouldst chase. Nay, but thine own.
What? What is this?
What's happened?
Thou hast done well to guide him this far.
This voice. I'm sure I've heard it before.
Thy mind should now be clearing. Remember now thy true charge. He was never a member of the Resistance. The mission, the departure, was thine alone. And thereafter didst thou encounter him.
Who are you? Wait, what am I saying?
In those long ago days, he had just been born into this land. Newborn in form, if not in appearance, the boy needed a guide. Thus, I decided his memories would be thine. Thou wouldst share past and purpose, a memory so crafted to suit thee. My journey to the capital would not be made alone, but alongside him.
No, that can't be. He was there when we got our orders.
I never thought I would have to ask this of you. But there are so few of us left now. There is no one else to turn to. Will you infiltrate the military to deliver a message to our contact there? This is your mission. For all our sakes, you cannot fail.
No! But... I was alone?
By this choice, he might be saved. By these gentle, necessary lies, we could live to see this day, when our dearest wish is fulfilled. As he traveled alongside thee, he gained both strength and wisdom. It is only by thy efforts that my voice reached him. He has now been saved. And so the journey ends here. Thou hast fulfilled thy mission admirably.
What? Wait just a minute. What do you mean, it ends here?
From here on, thy path is thy own. Choose thy own future for thyself, and may the fates smile on thy journey.
How do we make sense of this?
Is it really you? How do you feel?
I feel a bit lighter.
There seems to be no doubt. He is still himself, but I also sense His Highness within him.
Everyone? I need to tell you something. The truth is...
So let me get this straight. You're saying it's not a matter of our captain and His Highness joining together, but that the former was this disembodied entity sprung from the latter?
Then, that's why he had no memories? 'Cause he didn't even exist?
I see. Finally, I understand the strange feeling I had sensed upon our meeting. What shaped you, so to speak, was the prince's will itself, a part of his consciousness. Yes, the prince's very heart. He was his soul given flesh. Perhaps the form we knew was one shaped by material Magla, much like how the dragon god manifests beyond the vessel Dracadios.
A mass of Magla with a will. Forget the dragon god. He may as well have been a dragon himself. Small wonder he awakened to an archetype before anyone else. It was no great aptitude for magic. He himself was composed of pure Magla.
The self, as a manifestation of one's desires. Similar to archetypes. I suppose this is the very essence of magic.
You mean to say that... Twas not merely pretense to claim the prince's name. He truly was His Highness all along.
If that's true, this is finally your reunion with your sworn liege. Seems like cause for rejoicing, eh? Lady Hulkenberg of the Royal Guard.
But I failed to protect His Highness.
No. I am sure the strength of your devotion had a hand in saving him.
While all and sundry believed the lad had shuffled off, you alone kept the faith, milady. And in the end, that faith was rewarded.
Fate was changed.
Are you really His Royal Highness the Prince? Please, please forgive me, Your Highness. I failed you when you needed me most. And more, despite being a member of your Royal Guard, I did not recognize Your Highness at our meeting and showed you such insolence.
Actually, you've been there for me this whole time.
He's right, you know. If we'd not met you, we'd certainly never have made it this far.
This time, I will protect you. Even should it cost me my very life. I swear to it.
Finally, we've done Grius proud. We've really done it.
By the way, what are we supposed to call you now? I mean, how would you prefer to be addressed, my lord?
You can just keep, calling me Captain.
No, Your Highness! With all respect, I must object.
But this is no time to be thick-headed, Miguel. He's the one who gets to decide what we bally call him, so we'll listen to him, eh? What?
You, sir, should be begging His Highness for forgiveness on bended knee. You mangled the royal runner to your own whimsy, you lout!
Well, that is. I mean, it was all dashed useful in the end, wasn't it? A bit of clemency, Your Highness.
So much for acting same as always.
It's beyond belief. Not just that a child who'd lain cold for years could come back to us, but through such extraordinary circumstances. After so long in the curse's thrall, he could not even open his eyes. He may as well have been a corpse. But all this time, he had been on his own journey. It was the boy's dearest wish. He spoke of a fantasy of traveling the world, meeting its people, seeing its truths. And without him even knowing, magic made it real. He is a child of Elden blood and Elden legacy. All these years he spent in the village, he has rested near the secret of true magic. Perhaps this is how it came to be.
His was a fantasy surpassing fantasy. It became more than a dream, but a self-possessed force acting of its own volition. And now, reunited, Prince and fantasy live anew.
A journey to discover and reclaim the self, in all senses. No wonder he set off the custom igniter in the Royal Gauntlet Runner. It was the Crown Prince himself.
Even having it all explained like this, it feels like nothing short of a miracle.
I can only guess that fate had a hand in it.
That's right. I remember, I heard a voice. Guide him, it said.
What's this all of a sudden?
If you can't remember anything from before our journey, then we probably met after you'd only just... happened. Right? I shouldn't have known you then. But for some reason, I was convinced that we'd always been together. I thought we both received the order to save the prince, too. Ever since the moment I heard that weird voice guiding me.
A voice? Lady Gruaday mentioned a revelation. Hold on, are we still being mystic and metaphorical, or was there an actual guide involved?
I know someone was guiding me. I just don't know who.
So a disembodied voice. Hang on. Come to think of it, that sounds a bit familiar for me too.
Hey, who do you think the voice belongs to? Any idea?
I have a faint idea, but I'm not entirely sure.
Come to think of it, this place, the light coming in, they seem familiar.
I might say the same. When I first acquired this power, I had a vision of somewhere not unlike these grounds.
Does this mean that we've been guided as well?
Perhaps someone has been at your side unseen, watching over the course of your journey. I imagine all this comes as a great shock for you as well. But here you are, back in your rightful place. You have come to the end of your arduous journey and found new life. It is a life well won, grasped with your own two hands.
Chief Descruide, we want to know everything. What is the truth behind your tribe, the Elder? We Mustari are also said to have inherited truths of the world before us. Histories hushed by sanctism. But this village, it is something altogether different. I myself feel a strange familiarity here. A lost haven underground, yet letting of the sky's light. Please, tell us, what is the Elder Tribe?
To know what we are, you must first know our history. Come to the altar room past the door. I'll wait for you there.
Come off it.
Hey!
All very nice.
Oh.
Oh, now this I can't believe!
Now what am I to do?
Hello.
Wow. What?
All right then.
Oh, it's you! And yet...
Does this depict the Elder tribe?
Elder comes from an ancient word, meaning only the Old Ones. It was an alias given by our ancestors to outsiders who visited the village in the distant past. As for our original name, you know it well by now. We were humans.
The human tribe. So Luis's words...
There is no human tribe. Tribes, as we know them today, did not exist then. We were all one people. Humankind.
A world united. But wait. The ruins on Virga Island. There's nothing left of the civilization today. Was it destroyed? Why? How?
A war. One that all but destroyed the world past. But its destruction was born of the discovery of Magla. Or as you call it today, magic. Do you wonder what they battled over? Without the divided tribes, what could they have disagreed on? They were racked by division. Over the abstract, undefinable idea of rightness. They tried to destroy something invisible, and destroyed only themselves. And any idea of absolute rightness is born of fear. That fear flooded the world, and gave way to war. And their age of prosperity came to be called the world before. The people we now call tribes were either born of artificial division for the sake of the war effort, or natural adaptation to survive the hellscape after.
Unbelievable. We've met plenty of people caught up in pointless conflicts. Given the choice, I know they'd rather live in a world without tribal division. And yet the truth is, that world's already fallen apart. More than that, it's how we all got here.
Such drastic physical changes would normally have taken eons to effect. Accelerated by Magla, however, it was only a matter of a scant few centuries. You understand now, yes. We, the Elder, are the survivors of the old world. Our ancestors fled the flames of war and thus escaped the ensuing divisions.
It beggars belief. Tis nothing short of astounding. But then, why do we know these monsters as humans?
By the war's end, both sides were consumed by fear. Their magical assaults escalated with each retaliation, until it was beyond all control. Our world became a hell. Rampant Magla distorts the body and mind. By now, I'm sure you know that better than you ever wished to. Humans are what remains of that branch of humankind that succumbed to melancholia. Broken, horrifying testaments to their own mistakes in the war of magic. Some persist, breed, and multiply as any beast does. Others live centuries of agony before their lives burn out. Even we do not know the full scope of their nature. Regardless, when the 8 tribes settled in this land, our claim to the human legacy was forgotten. To the people, the name only meant slavering, insane monsters. Therefore, we took on an alias instead. The same one by which we are known today. The Elder.
So, the old world couldn't control its magic, and... Wait. How does the Sanctus Church fit in? All this revisionist history to spread their magic igniters.
Indeed, what are magic igniters to you? Tools for the Church to shackle the people, perhaps? Or weapons that hide magic's true potential? Am I close to the mark? In truth, it's the opposite. Igniters are tools made to limit magic. Restraints made in self-discipline, meant to avert a repeat of history's destructive mistakes. The Sanctus Church of today is muddied by greed. But its faith was born of good intentions. They once urged self-control, and thus control of one's personal magic. At times, they preached we must close our eyes to the truth when it would only lead us to ruin. By this benign tenet, history was obscured, and the Elder denounced.
I had no idea. There's a grim irony in that.
His Majesty only hid his son's ancestry to protect him. Yet in the end, that meant Forden could attack the village under any pretext he liked, his motives concealed.
With all that said, you have now reclaimed your true form. The friends that stand with you are of different tribes and ideologies, but of one mind. As you are now, you may walk the path of the rightful king. The path of a modern world, where the tribes walk as individuals, yet with mutual respect and cooperation.
The sovereign's power, thou king to be, entrusted with the will of the people. To bear their hopes is to be their rock in the storm, and to face anxiety in their names. Yet, anxiety itself is not something to blindly reject or desperately cast away. It begins with a simple thing, acknowledging its existence. Accept thy weakness, walk forward alongside it, and thou wilt grow strong and true in its company.
And besides, Let's do it. Let's fight.
That's it. I've made up my mind. I'm with you to the end, no matter what.
Where's this coming from?
Before we got there, this guiding voice thing told me my duties were over. But what am I gonna do? Just go, okay, bye? Especially after we've come this far together? No. I'm going to face Luis with you, even if it is scary.
Even you've got to cope with anxiety, eh?
I realized something in our travels. Anxiety can lead people astray. But overcoming it makes a person stronger. There's always anxiety in the unknown. I know what it's like to be afraid of something I don't understand. That's why I think it's my duty to help people face and connect with their anxiety. Is that okay? From now on, it's not about orders. I'm with you, because I want to be.
I'll be counting on you as always.
Same here. Stick close to me, okay?
Well, we're past the worst of it. But the problem remains. Luis's dark magic. We've seen it turn the boy into a monster. And no doubt he can do it again.
A forbidden spell. Turning sane mortals into the fearsome human monsters. In other words, a destabilizing magic. Turning a person's magla into a snarl beyond control. This man named Luis. He may have his own past in this ancient sanctum.
Luis has been here? What do you know of him?
What do you wish to know?
What is this forbidden spell?
The essence of magic is in the control of Magla. However, just as its chaos may be calmed, it can also be deliberately pushed out of control. That was what you saw. He whipped your innate magic to a frenzy and you were lost to melancholia. Just as the humans of the ancient war once were. In every age, the cause and effect are the same. People learn fear, become slaves to their anxiety, suffer, and thus, the power of magic is born.
Pardon me. You mean to say anxiety is the source of all magic?
Magla is a substance born of the heart, generated when one feels anxiety or fear. By certain means, it may be kindled into power. That is what we call magic. In this way, it is by virtue of the anxiety in our hearts that we gain the power to overcome it. Magic is a natural process, and anxiety is its invaluable, irreducible fuel. But in turn, those burdened with more anxiety and fear produce more and more magla from their hearts. Without the willpower to face your fear, the magla overflows. Uncontrollable by magic, it can give rise to strange and terrible happenings as it manifests, with the world embroiled in chaos. These outbursts of swollen magic may be happening all across our kingdom.
'Tis the answer to everything. The melancholia crystals, the beasts driven feral. The very land is erupting with the weight of its people's fears.
Hold on. If Luis's art is rooted in bringing out this chaos, then anyone might be next. He said he became a monster because he's elder, but that wasn't the complete story. If what you say is true...
Indeed. All people today are ultimately descendants of humankind. If Luis so chooses, he could turn anyone into a human monster. Yet as long as you have the strength to confront your fears, even this transformation may be defied and overcome. What do you wish to know?
Who exactly is Luis?
Every time I heard of his doings in the wider world, I felt more and more sure that Luis is from this village. His knowledge of humans, his skills in magic, his grasp of darker arts. They're all beyond a mere soldier to begin with, however prodigious. As it happens, a name does occur. Among those old families who perished in the fire, there was one by the name of Caradrius, a family of doctors, I believe. In an effort to better heal the ills of the people, they had studied spells much like the ones he now exploits. The details are long since lost to the fire. But if Luis bears our legacy, that may be the reason for his vast knowledge.
Wait! What about Luis's ambition? The vision Rella saw? Do you think he actually wants to turn everyone in the kingdom into humans?
There is no known magic strong enough to turn many people at once, and none that can be cast quickly.
Even if it was possible, I don't know what it would accomplish. But this is Luis we're talking about. Who knows what he's thinking?
But if he would turn people into humans, if in the unlikely event that happens...
If there is any motive for such cruelty, it can only be hatred. If Luis is truly from this village, then their fire would have cost him everything. Such unjust tragedy could easily beget a thirst for revenge, even if it meant wielding a magic that twisted life into something terrible, instead of uplifting it. Indeed, it seems the opposite of an archetype. A truly dark power.
Who goes there? Someone flees!
That's him! The malformed assassin who struck at the prince! He's bound for the woods!
After him!
Wow! Oh, wow! About that.
I beg your pardon. No.
Awful.
Oh, now this I can't believe!
What in the blazes?
No.
Watch out!
So, this is entirely his fault. So be sure to kill that guy. Have him executed.
Has he driven snow?
I want to drink my tea for a little bit.
I might need to
My throat's been sore. I'm not feeling too good.
I'm not as young as I used to be.
Not really bad, but it's definitely starting to show. So, time to have my tea. Something interesting. I drink this tea like at least once a month or so because it's actually really good for you. So like, I've added oregano, chamomile, and then the elderberry syrup has like a lot of different other spices and ingredients into it. So it's like a, what would you call it, an immunity booster concoction of things. I added a little bit of lion's mane to this cup of tea because I saw it on the shelf. I was like, yeah, it sounds interesting. My throat's pretty sore. Some fucking reason, I'm not really sure. I'm happy because I'm sick. I'm starting to get sick. Can't think of any other reason for throat.
There was a weirdness to the stone tree that put people on edge, but I've grown used to every shade of weird you can imagine. The mother's side of the family is full of stories of unexplained black and mysterious tragedy, whispered secrets, and all accounts. My maternal grandmother was either an honest-to-goodness witch or full-bore high-caliber crazy, or both. Probably both. The stone tree was from a box of my grandmother's things I'd found in the attic earlier that month. Maybe it was just a coincidence, but my mom did seem to get a bit better when I brought in the talisman, at least for a while. I was daydreaming about family histories in the odd box while Dr. Bradshaw checked his charts alongside us. Can I touch you for a moment? He asked, ripping me back to reality. Dr. Bradshaw tried to keep a light tone, but I could tell he didn't have good news. Hospital hallway smelled like ammonia and cocaine. Oh my gosh. What a brutal description. Oh my word.
It's an ocean.
Doesn't sound very good.
I'm so sad. That's just sad. Because I know exactly what he's talking about. I've been in like hospitals for a while. Like when my grandparents were sick and stuff. It's just like, oh.
Old person test is just always in the air.
This author is beating me to death right now. Okay. Someone must have had a party for this patient. Maybe I'm strange how you remember the insignificant details while the world is crashing down around you.
I'm sorry. I was just came in this morning. It's spreading aggressively. We held it back as long as we could, Brian. We wanted to fight. But right now, we just need to try to keep as comfortable as we can.
The wall was cracked. We played having cold as an empty house. I know for months that this was the most likely outcome, but it still hurt to hear. Hurt worse than I could stomach.
There's nothing left to try.
I asked, fighting down the urge to throw up.
Anything experimental with me? Has there been anything?
Bradshaw shook his head.
Sometimes we just want to play easy.
I asked back into the room. He'd fallen asleep.
And I'm not drinking noticeable amount.
The smell of ammonia and birth liquid. Steady feet.
Pretty big cup. What does this thing count as?
Try to focus on the world around me.
I'd say it counts as at least 3 cups.
Medicine could
Probably a little more than that.
Maybe something
Yeah,
older.
like-
Bottle for boxes.
Ready?
Stop!
You! Zorba. So it was you behind the attack?
Indeed it was. I killed the prince, though he died all too easily. And the odd thing was, his aura felt awfully similar to yours. So I decided to bide my time a while and listen. And it's a good thing I did. There really is something stranger going on. Who are you? Are you the prince or not? Whatever your answer, I must report back to Lord Luis.
Do you have any idea what Luis is really scheming? If he becomes king, everyone in this country is doomed.
If that is what Lord Luis so desires, then I shall see it done.
It's almost impressive how blind your faith in him is.
I suppose it's just easier to follow instead of thinking for himself. He's forgotten anything he really wants.
What did you intend to do? The crown is too heavy a burden for your reedy frame. Lord Luis is the true king, who will save the worthy. And you are nothing but a powerless impostor, only fit to be sacrificed.
He is no imposter, fiend. His Highness has finally taken his first steps on the road to victory. Here, at his journey's end, after enduring these countless hardships, he has become a true successor, a true ruler. Because he knows the people's suffering firsthand.
Well, impostor or not, it's all the same if he's a corpse. And so I shall return the prince and his dying legacy to the underworld, where they belong.
Bastard! I wondered why you ran away. But it was all to lure us straight to this monstrosity.
Keep your guard up. The Melancholia is fueling his magic power.
We've come too far to be stopped by something like him. Let's put our power on full display.
This guy shows up again just when we've unlocked some new power. Kinda feels like fate by now. Okay, time for a new fight. Stay on your toes. All right, let's take it down and then get after Zorba. I live my life unbound and free. This is just what I need! How's this?
I knew you'd help. My thanks.
I'm obliged.
I can't afford to hold back. I think I know what needs to be done.
It's up to you now.
Right on target!
Is that all?
This is it! Gale!
You see that?
Pierce through them! They yet cling to life.
Nice hit! That was perfect! Here's a gift!
Not bad, if I say so myself. Nice. I feel stronger already.
I continue to grow.
Ah! I didn't know I had it in me.
Marvelous! I feel stronger already.
Yes, I've become stronger.
The bastard got away!
I say, you chaps boggle the mind. It's no mean feat to fight on even footing with a human.
I'd hoped as much. You may yet have the power to face Luis at his full strength.
It's good to see you're safe. We've certainly taken these powers a long way. Maybe we thought ourselves invincible, but don't worry. At long last, the prince is safe. In a manner of speaking. Everything's going according to plan.
Still, what's our next move? The people think you a monster. We'll not find any public backing like this.
Alces once said that His Highness the Prince was a soul born into adversity. He is royalty and elder both, heir to the legacies of heaven and earth. He is water and fire, in condemned conflux. When the day comes that His Highness may be revered as the good ruler he can be, then the world will truly be free of prejudice. And that, he said, is why we fight.
In his own words, huh? We have to fight for what he believed in. All the more reason we can't turn from this.
Right.
Come what may, my life is a shield raised in your highness's name. Are you prepared to fight Luis to the bitter end?
We fight him together.
Yes, by our efforts, we will stop Luis's reign.
If he ends up king, he'll be sending all traitors to the gallows. Not just us, but any innocent folks he doesn't find use for.
Look, I'm never giving up hope either, okay? All we have to do is beat him, right?
Looking forward to the victory song.
Well, we've got bigger things to worry about now. But I can't wait to sing it.
You... I'm still amazed. You really do look just like your mother. Truly, you are a child of fate. Your mother, she loved your father, and you with all her heart. The injustice that befell this village is not your fault. But listen well. Once you leave this village, you cannot return until you have fulfilled your ambitions. After all, an old crone like me can't take care of you forever. If you want to overcome your hardest challenges, you'll have to face them yourself. The world's fate is in your hands. Please, put an end to the tragedies of humankind's failures.
Yes, I will.
Our final battle lies ahead. We cannot lose. Yet, before all else, His Highness has only just awoken. Let us rest in the Gauntlet Runner for today, and advance to the royal capital tomorrow.
It's a bit strange, isn't it? I was convinced we'd been together for a long time. But I can't believe we've only just met. The beginning of my journey may have been a false memory. But my journey with you and the memories we've made, those are all real. Well, guess I'm repeating myself. But I'm glad we're working together.
Stay beside me forever.
Well, when you put it like that, you're gonna make me blush. But thanks.
The mystical fairy, Gallica. She who still keeps the virtues of the mage. Your tempered bond has become a fire-forged trust. Thus, a new pinnacle of heroism awakens within thee. By the grace of her newfound powers, work together to give truth to our hopes and fulfill thy destiny.
We've got the path to tomorrow in front of us, and I'm gonna lead the way.
When things get tough, remember this magic. The music meant for you will play in your head. By the way, the Chieftess told me something about your novel. Apparently your parents gave you that book when you were still just a kid. I wonder what your parents wanted you to get from reading it. What they hoped for you, I guess. I suppose you'll have to find out for yourself. The part we're reading today is the last chapter. It's about the ruler of this ideal world. Let's read it together. The last chapter is about the ruler of a utopia. The one who governs this utopia must have an unwavering will. To maintain justice in this world, there are innumerable obstacles to overcome. Yet, as long as one lives by their ideals, those who support them are sure to follow. A utopia is not the creation of a single mind or a single power. It is a world shaped by all its people. The last part sounds a little more metaphorical. There's a little more. However, even a utopia may one day fray at the edges, and its people may come to conflict over the question of what is right. What is a true utopia? What is a true ruler? None have yet found the answers to these questions. So even the author of this book struggled with these questions. And if you become king, you'll have plenty of tough questions and struggles to face yourself. Lady Gruaday mentioned the king was a real idealist when he first arrived at the village, but little by little, the pains of reality crushed his hope. And he even lost his son. In the end, his will was broken. He didn't lift a finger to stop the church's rise to power. With that in mind, I can honestly see why people would be drawn to Luis. His values are radical and cruel. that he's devoted to them. Unshakable, even. But we can't lose either. For the sake of everyone who has believed in us along the way.
Right.
You've got the power to change the world. And the one who gave it to you was, well, yourself. And that's what I'm going to help you with. That's my mission. My real mission. And I'm going to see it through.
I saw what happened. So, you found a way to unequivocally shape your destiny. As far as I know, there is no record of your newly acquired archetype ever being used, even in ancient times. An archetype whose existence was only theoretical, known to some scholars as the magic of true sovereignty. Indeed, a power of legend. I once said that to be Elder was your inescapable fate. However, it seems the truth was more complex than that. Magic is a process by which we confront fate and tame anxiety, and archetypes are its essence. They are manifestations of a resolve capable of heroic virtue. So then, what do you think is the foremost, most inescapable fate a person must bear?
The foremost fate? Not really sure, but for me to be me, and for you to be you? Or something like that.
Indeed. It is birth that is inescapable. You cannot choose who you are born to, and once your familial place is determined, that fate cannot be changed. Yet by some strange tangle of destiny, you were given a choice that the very act of existence denies most people. By your own will, you were born again. As a prince, do you understand? You stand on the threshold of truly becoming a ruler, not as an unearned title of bloodline's chance, nor as a mere authority over people. You have taken control of your life. You are ready to rule your very self. That is what it truly means to be a hero. And it is the crux of the power that is awakened within you. What glorious coincidence indeed, that I, as a scholar of archetypes, might cross paths with and witness such a remarkably fated boy. It almost bespeaks...
Indeed. 'Tis his hands that bear our fate.
Who? I remember. I know that I know this voice. Had I forgotten it all this time? Yes. I swear I've heard it before. And I let it slip from my mind. Who are you? You with this voice that moves hearts. Speak. Who are you? Why have you awakened this boy to his power?
If it is answers you seek, then go and claim them.
Are you? Could you be?
As for you, I bid thee awaken. Move onward to thy final ordeal. Take thy place at the final proving of the Ascension of Kings.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Okay, all our preparations are just about set. Now that this is actually happening, I've got some pre-show jitters.
All this royalty? It always felt they lived in a different world to the likes of me.
Never figured I'd be walking alongside one myself.
'Tis proof that bloodline decides nothing. We are one people living in a shared world.
Looks like this is gonna be our last mission. Any final words you want to say?
Don't get reckless out there.
It falls to us to fight with all our might.
About the new stuff you've felt and learned since becoming the prince. Can I ask you one more thing? Why is it that you want to be king? It's not about honor or power, is it?
I want to protect this country and its people.
'Tis the answer I hoped for. As your knight, I will ever serve you with all my soul and ability.
Well, I guess this means we're ready as we're gonna be. Here's where we are.
All right.
Hold on.
Ugh, come on.
Let us.
Ugh, come on.
But,
come.
but is.
Come on. Come on.
But,
come on. Come on.
Let's.
Come on.
Let's.
Come on.
but it.
Come on.
Hold on.
Come on.
Really? Why though?
Come on.
This place here.
Let's see.
Hold on.
Come on.
This place here.
Let's move.
So why do you need me to click on the fucking button? Obviously you know where you want to go, you know what you want to be done. Why are you wasting my time? It just annoys me. That's why I was sitting there clicking on the button a bunch of times in different places, just to prove the point. Like, why am I even on this screen? What is the point of wasting my time? So I wasted their time too, just for the fun of it.
You see?
Yeah. After having made so many sacrifices, the group has gained new powers and ascertained new truths. Their arch-enemy, Luis, already has one hand on the throne. Even so, they march ever forward, spirits rekindled by battle. They head to Grand Trad, for the fight is far from over.
That Elden boy is nowhere to be found. I suppose it's only a matter of time until Luis takes the throne.
Speaking of which, I don't see the general.
The voice of the pro-Luis faction became too overwhelming. He was ultimately forced out of his position. Why is this happening? Even if the Sanctus Church's favor has collapsed, why is it that Luis alone is reaping the benefits?
The public mind is the same as it's always been. It's too difficult to find answers in themselves, so they follow those who provide. We've certainly relied on that ourselves.
It's always easier to follow than to have to make all the risks yourself. Now that we are out of ideas, what can we do?
Can you imagine Luis on the throne? Can you imagine what he'd do with us? We'd be the first on the chopping block. Do we hide? Run? Our ships are in port.
Is this really the time for idle chit-chat?
Who are you?
Just a passing wastrel. Thought I'd drop in for a word since I was in the area. You might have one way to survive.
Well then, let us depart.
Lord Luis, your pardon. We've encountered an unexpected snag. I killed the prince in the Elden village. I confirmed his death, yet it appears the boy candidate has merged with his corpse. It seems the prince is now resurrected.
Resurrected?
Yes, and what's more, the boy candidate was the actual prince after all. Something about his soul having traveled independently, and then returning to his corporeal body.
I see. So his ideal form was spun from Magla. Whatever the case, this means the land's true prince has reawakened in his sanctum. How interesting. After these long years, my chase may finally come to an end. My nemesis awaits.
Lord Luis, what is it about that bastard that fascinates you? Yeah, I won't let it end like this. I have to do better. I need more power. I will show Lord Luis I am worthy of his gaze.
We'll soon be arriving above the royal capital.
Excellent. As planned, increase altitude and enter the royal palace in the sky.
Are you certain? We'll be heading directly to His Majesty, the former king, and...
Rest assured, that old fool is powerless to stop me now. Proceed.
Understood.
Let the final banquet begin.
Come on, any takers? Any bets for the other candidates? Remember, if Luis loses, a silver coin could turn into mountains of Reeve.
What are you trying to say? You think Count Luis is going to lose?
Oh no, of course not. I'm just saying.
I'll call that bet. All in on His Highness the Prince.
A Sanctus bigwig gambling away his tithes? This really is the end of the world. Didn't know his esteemed princeliness had any supporters left.
I mean, he's not really the prince, is he? Was actually a monster in disguise all along. Haven't you heard the news? The times we live in, I tell you.
Must be tough, being an easy mark. It didn't take much for you to buy everything Luis was selling about the prince. The fireworks went off the moment he said, "Behold." Remember? You don't think there's any chance Luis orchestrated the entire thing?
Oi, churchman! You saying Count Luis lied to us? You think he cast some big illusion?
An illusion, eh? What if I said it's a power more dangerous than that? Always struck me as odd. We all know Luis, the mighty human slayer, but how does he keep finding the things one after another? Seems a bit convenient, if you ask me. Like he knows in advance where these monsters will appear to cause havoc.
Easy to nitpick and gripe about him, isn't it, churchman? Maybe someone needs to shut you up.
All right. Let's keep things civil, eh? No sense becoming a monster yourself.
Oi! What's all this fuss about?
Damn it! When Count Luis is king, you'll all be the first at the gallows. You'll die just like Forden.
Well, they're probably just as anxious as the rest of us. All that yelling and thrashing helps fight it off. Humans have been sighted near the capital, after all.
It's more than that. Pockets of society have resented the upper class for ages now, but this might be the spark that lights the kindling. Luis's respect for power is certainly cruel, but it's fair to an extent. Those of us pushing the status quo have always struggled to understand the appeal.
Even then, everyone's on edge. They'll jump at any excuse to argue and snarl at each other. Never seen it this bad. Not normal, I say.
Blind fanaticism and doom go hand in hand. If we don't find some common ground soon, it'll collapse beneath us. Luis left saying that he'd be waiting at the royal capital. Only one place he could be. All eyes are on his Skyrunner as it rises to the flying palace. What are we about to see?
Ah, the royal palace. It's been a while. Do you hear me, O king? Stubborn and deathless? This country is distorted. You and the other titled authorities decide who grows fat and who is devoured. The country knows no war only because our very core is built upon a system of societal predator and prey. It cannot be defied from within. That is peace, but not order. Hand over the royal scepter. The game is over. The country needs change, and I will provide it.
Thou impertinent faith-breaker, hast thou no shame in preempting the day of judgment?
Do you presume yourself a god? Is that why you wrought your face in stone and took it to the heavens? You're nothing. Just an ordinary, broken old man.
How wouldst thou wield the king's magic? To what end?
To purify all that your kind have left to rot. You threw away your ideals, but I will never make that mistake.
Only the people's chosen may take the throne. The royal scepter and its resting place remain beyond you.
This royal scepter, the royal magic. Did you think that only generations of kings were aware of their secrets? Why someone can manipulate world-changing power by use of only a single scepter? Why only those supported by the people can use it? Listen well, O king. The truth behind the royal magic. Huh. So it's true. The country truly is putrid with sin. In other words, if I took hold of it now, then I would have the power to change the world itself.
How didst thou learn of this?
How?
Thou wert elder.
You were not always blind to this country's rot. When you visited our sanctum, I saw and knew the passion in your heart. And yet, what happened to our village? What happened to this country?
Oh.
You cannot stop me any longer. Nor can anyone else. Save one lone possibility.
Snatching victory from the maw of catastrophe, the party descends again on the royal capital, Grand Trad. But they are greeted only by ominous skies. Their return hardly counts as a triumph, considering how they departed. Anticipating conflict, the Gauntlet Runner comes to a quiet stop. What the hell's wrong with the sky?
Isn't that... Oi! That monster boy's come back!
Ah, that's why the sky's grown so hellish. The half-dead bastard returns with his head held high.
A more aggressive welcome than I expected. Would any introductions help them to understand?
It's useless. Words are cheap. Still, we should walk with pride instead of trying to keep our heads down.
True enough.
His Royal Highness, the Prince, returns! Luis distorted his form through strange and terrible magics, but the curse is now dispelled. His true form has been restored!
Oi, if that's really His Highness, then tell us why in His Majesty in the sky stop all this bloodshed?
'Cause he's an imposter! Just like Count Luis said! You'll not fool us again, beast!
Oi! Calm down. At least listen.
And you! Never thought I'd see one of the Magnus brothers standing against Count Luis, even the thick one. He took in a Paripus like you, and you spit on him! Scum! Only thing traitors deserve is a tight rope and a stiff beam. And you want us to support the prince?
Lady Juna, I can't believe this! I admired you! Why would you risk dying alongside some fake prince?
I don't intend on dying with anyone. Besides, I'm still me, whoever I'm standing with.
Hey, you chief! Weren't you the wretch who got kicked out of the knighthood? Now you're with this pack of throne chasers. Shame. Shame!
Mustari girl! You ungrateful pagan! Count Luis brought down the Sanctus Church for you! How dare you strike out at him? They're all traitors, I say!
What is all this? The truth of the prince hardly matters to them. Every one of them's only concerned with their own emotions, and nothing else.
We'll have your heads on pike soon enough. Leave! Get out of our royal capital!
If they're just monsters, we can deal with them ourselves. How about it?
This is bad. They really are out for our blood. Has everyone gone insane?
Oi! Over here! Don't bother with them! No talking this one out. You need to run! Now!
We weren't away from the city that long. What happened? Why are all the people so bloodthirsty now?
The prince turning into a monster before their eyes still lingers in their minds. After all, a monster entered into their society disguised as a person.
No, that's not...
I know, it's not true. But truth and how it appears to the citizens are different beasts. Moreover, humans have been sighted closer than ever before. The royal capital's populace is unused to danger, so they've become suspicious of each other. How fares your neighbor? Do you run in circles with monsters in disguise? Are questions on the tip of every tongue. Ever since Forden's death, Luis has everyone on a knife edge. He's erratic, and nobody knows how he'll react to those who defy him if push comes to shove.
So, at the core of it, people are scared witless, and they cling to Luis as a savior, rather than the devil he is.
You well know that Luis cares not one whit about social status, especially as a token of birthright. No amount of wealth or standing can buy his protection. So even those who may have opposed him at first now counsel that condemning him would be imprudent, as it puts their safety at risk.
Then we're stuffed. He won't save anyone, and oh yeah, he can create humans, by the way.
Oh, that's all true then. I have my suspicions, but it's still a bit of a jolt. This all said, in my humble opinion, what we're seeing in the people now has been in the works for some time. Now, has the tournament for the throne truly ever been a fair contest? The Sanctus Church bent it to its whim, and I abetted that. To my shame. Before I met you people, I didn't have much to me but anger and quips. I'd rant and snipe and have my cynical little discourse, but I'd only looked to others for change. Now maybe that outlook's our real enemy. Blind fanaticism, like I had. Even if there's no malice to it, it's a dangerous thing. Hard to think clear when your mind's a muddy stream.
We've been told Magla is born from people's anxiety. Perhaps the proof is now before our eyes.
Kind of ironic. But we have to do something about it. If we don't, they'll never listen. We'll only ever be seen as an enemy.
I had the inn prepared. They won't let anyone in but you lot. Let's head there for now, shall we?
All right.
What now? Now, where was I?
Simply amazing. Ah, right. Would you look at this? I've been waiting. Please, do make yourselves comfortable.
Here, kitty.
Oh.
What now? What now?
What's this?
That is... All right.
What do you think?
No! You hang in there! That's it! Hear my prayer.
I won't hold back!
I live my life unbound and free.
Looks like we can't brute force through this one. I'll show you.
How's this?
That helps.
I owe you.
Thank you.
I shall fight as the noble I am. No holding back!
Observe the enemy. Knight! Oh, bolts of lightning!
Let's stay calm. It's your call.
All right, everyone. Let's get him! Howling wind!
Strike me if you dare!
I forgot to do the inherited skills.
This is it! Gale!
I stand waiting.
The magic seeds!
Why is that motherfucker not attacking?
Howling wind!
I'll cut you down! Well, that's no good.
Jonas, careful! It looks like you've got several ailments. Watch your back. This is it! Stroll! Gale! They've sapped your defenses. Right on target.
Pierce through
Nice
them!
one, Stroll.
The magic seeds!
Hulkenberg! Howling wind! You've got several ailments slowing you down.
Lord.
Hulkenberg's down! Get her back up! Juna's badly hurt! Get her some healing! Juna's knocked out!
Disappointing.
We gotta wait for her!
What can I do? Suppose this is it.
Someone get him back on his feet!
I can't control myself. I can't control myself.
Will you yield?
What now? What now?
That is... All right. All right? All right?
What now?
What's this?
That is...
No! You hang in there! What the...
I trust your judgment.
Let's keep cool.
I'm obliged. My thanks.
Thanks.
I stand waiting.
The magic seeds!
Howling wind!
How do you like this?
Strike me if you dare.
This is it!
Gale!
Hack and slash!
Pierce through them!
Hulkenberg, hold yourself together!
I feel so slow.
heavy.
Juna's badly hurt! Get her some healing! Juna,
Here.
are you okay? You look like you're about
Thank
to
you.
drop.
Twas needed.
Helpful as ever.
You can count on me.
Thank you.
My thanks.
That helped.
I stand waiting.
The magic seeds!
Howling wind!
Ah!
Is that all?
Keep it together.
Twas needed.
Helpful as ever.
I knew you'd help.
All's fair in war.
I'll run you through!
How's this?
Thank you.
My thanks.
Thanks.
My shoulders.
Only a flesh wound.
Hulkenberg's
still
badly
stand.
wounded. Someone, heal her! Hulkenberg's in bad shape. She needs help.
I stand waiting.
Let me help.
Thanks.
Twas needed.
Helpful as ever.
No need to worry.
Thank you.
Hack and slash!
Pierce through them!
Oh, please!
Keep it together.
Twas needed.
I owe you.
I knew you'd help.
That's fine. I'll figure it out. I think I
Take them
know
all
what needs to be
down in
done.
one fell swoop.
Is that all?
This is it!
Gale!
Oh, that's no good.
Juna, careful! It looks like you've got
I
several
stand
ailments.
waiting.
Watch your back. Stroll.
Here.
They got you with multiple ailments.
That helped.
Thank you.
My thanks.
Let's keep cool.
Trust me.
I owe you.
Thanks.
I'll run you through!
Hulkenberg, pull yourself together!
Huh? Oh, not
Hulkenberg's
fall
badly
so
wounded.
easily.
Someone heal her! Hulkenberg's in bad shape.
No need
She
to
needs
worry.
help.
I'm obliged.
Hulkenberg's
How do you like
dazed.
this?
She's gonna have a tough time hitting her marks.
Strike me if you dare.
The magic seethes!
Howling wind! Hulkenberg's dazed? She's gonna have a
that
tough
all?
time hitting her marks.
This is it!
Gale!
Hack and slash!
As the point of a sword!
Hulkenberg,
Prevent my strike?
pull yourself together!
My strength is fading.
Hulkenberg's
Let me help.
dazed? She's gonna have a tough time
Thank
hitting
you.
her marks.
Thank you.
My thanks.
Keep it together.
Trust needed.
Helpful as ever.
I knew you'd help.
I stand waiting.
How's this?
I'm obliged.
I owe you.
That helped.
Pierce through them! Was
Hulkenberg,
I
pull
predictable?
yourself together.
What? Your
Hulkenberg's
Highness?
down! Get her back up! Hulkenberg's down! Someone help her get back in the fight!
Fight as you see fit. This'll
Take
do
them all
it.
down in one fell swoop!
My spirit
Juna's
is
no need to
unbroken.
worry. That'll be a big hit to her
Trust
accuracy.
needed.
My thanks.
Thanks.
Could do with this.
Thanks.
Is that all?
You can count on me.
Thank you. I stand waiting.
The magic seethes!
Oh, that's no good.
Slow.
You've
Just
got
the
a bunch
thing.
of ailments slowing
Thank
you down,
you.
Captain!
I owe you.
I knew you'd help. Here!
Thanks.
Trust needed.
Helpful as ever.
Let's keep cool!
I'm obliged.
I owe you.
Thanks.
Is that all?
This is it!
They're looking good. So I'm surprised they're still going.
Juna's badly hurt! Get her some healing!
Here!
Juna, are you okay?
Thank you.
You look like you're about
Thank
to
you.
drop!
That helped.
I stand waiting.
The magic seethes!
I'll run you through!
Remember,
my strike?
hold yourself together!
This is nothing.
Hulkenberg's
still
badly
stand.
wounded! Someone heal her!
So this
Hulkenberg's
is
down! Get her back
where it
up!
ends. My spirit
Be away,
is
Celeste.
unbroken. I'm obliged. Is that all?
This is it!
The audacity!
So heavy.
Juna's knocked out! We gotta wake her up!
Could
Juna's
do with
down!
this.
Someone,
Thank
quick!
you.
Get her back on her feet!
Healing arts.
Time for my
Let's try
grand
this.
comeback!
Trust me.
Helpful as ever.
Strong! They got you with multiple ailments! You've got
I
a bunch of
stand
ailments
waiting.
slowing you down, Captain! Everyone okay? You've gotta heal up!
This
You're
should
all hurt
work.
bad. That helps. Anyone get on healing!
Thank you.
I owe you.
Hulkenberg! You've got several ailments slowing you down! Stroll!
Strike me
They
if you
got you with
dare.
multiple ailments!
Let me help.
Thank you.
Trust me.
My thanks.
Hulkenberg's badly wounded! Someone, heal her!
Here.
Hulkenberg's in bad shape!
That
She
helps.
needs help!
Helpful as ever.
Thanks. Let's try this.
Thanks.
I'm obliged.
I owe you.
I stand waiting.
The magic seethes!
My best wasn't enough.
That was pretty cool.
Will you yield to
Is that like a specific number of turns?
Oh. You'll come again, won't
So irreverent.
Hey,
So irreverent.
Ooh.
oh, now this I can't believe!
Oi!
This is all right.
Gone to shite, this has.
Luis is the only one left, isn't he?
Excuse me?
Smash it all to bits!
Let's move.
Smash it all to bits!
What now?